Hi guys, Matthew Woodward here, and today I'm going to show you how to save huge amounts of money on capture solving instantly. You're also going to learn how to solve captures on complete autopilot without paying for an external service, and how to increase capture solving accuracy. All of this is going to help you improve the performance of your link building campaigns and build more links quicker. So let's jump into GSA Capture Breaker. So this is the main interface of GSA Search Engine Ranker, and down here you can see the different captures it is intercepted from GSA Search Engine Ranker and how it has recognized them and how long it spent solving them. If you look down here, you can see some various statistics showing how many stats have been recognized and the conversion of those. So it successfully solved 88% of them. And you can see that saved me so far just 51 cents. Now, Death by Capture costs $1.39 for 1,000 solves, and I reset this software and all of the stats for this tutorial about 15 minutes ago, so already in 15 minutes it saved me 50 cents. Now, when it cannot solve a capture automatically, you can give it the option to send it to a manual service such as dCapture or Death by Capture, and they will solve them. And here you can see it has sent 71 so far with a 100% solve ratio of 10 cents. So whether the software can solve the capture or not doesn't really matter, because if it can't, it just gets sent to your usual paid capture service anyway. So you can see here all of the different capture types it supports. So we've got article beach, article dashboard, and if you go into one of those you can see the actual capture example here and a little bit more information about it. And as you can see, there's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of captures that it supports at the moment, and they're always adding new ones. On top of that, you can customize the existing ones to make them work better, or import new ones that other people have created, and I'll be showing you a little bit about that later on in the video. But before that, let's just take a look at the general options. Pretty much these can be left at default for the most part. When you first start GSA Capture Breaker, actually the first window you will see are these options, so make sure you set them up straight away. Now, by default, Run as Web Server will be ticked. You can ignore this, you don't need to change that. And actually, when you first start the software, Death by Capture will be ticked. But because I'm using Death by Capture as my failover service, I just untick it there. Now, Capture Breaker can simulate all of these different capture services. So if you have a piece of software that has any of these services integrated, and the majority of it, I mean, it's really rare to find something that doesn't have dCapture and Death by Capture support, but if any software supports any of these capture services, then you can use GSA Capture Breaker with it. So that is obviously GSA Search Engine Ranker, any of the products from SEO Power Suite, Buzz Bundle, SE Nuke, or whatever software you're using. It's 99% chance it's going to be compatible with Capture Breaker. So if your software uses dCapture, just tick the dCapture box and they will integrate together nicely. The next setting that you need to take care of is if to send the capture to a service if it's failed. So if Capture Breaker is unable to solve a capture automatically, it will send it to this service to get solved by a human. And it supports lots of different services here, and if you really want, you can choose manual input, but forget that. Who likes actually doing any work here? So select your service and enter your details in, and don't forget to hit the test button. At the same time, you need to put in the price you would normally pay to solve 1,000 captures, and it's this number that it uses in the statistics down here to tell you how much money you've saved and how much money you've paid. Here you can choose whether to only try and solve captures if the success rate is over a certain percentage. By default this is 20, but I increase it to 40. And you can also decide to choose between really fast solving but low accuracy, or slower solving and higher accuracy. Personally, I keep it on the higher end of the accuracy scale. You can also tell it what to do with unknown captures, should it try to solve it, or just send it to a capture service immediately, and I just choose capture service. Once you have set all those options up, GSA Capture Breaker is now ready to rock and roll and use with any software of your choice. But before I show you how to integrate it with GSA Search Engine Ranker, I just want to show you a couple more of the cool options here. One of the things that really makes GSA Capture Breaker cool is the fact that you can look at the existing setup for solving a capture and improve its success rate. And if you right click on one and go and open in SDK Editor, you will see something like this. Now, how all capture solving works is they find the image, this is the original capture, and then they apply filters to make it black and white like that, and then that gets passed through to optical character recognition system that can tell that's a T, that's a B, that's a 3, that's a K, and that's a 9. And that is how every capture is solved. Now, you can improve the accuracy by using image filters and changing the black threshold and so on to really improve things and the solve rate. And that's going to be far too technical for most people and is really overkill for the average user. Certainly I don't customize any of the SDKs or any of the things here. But what you can do that's really cool is you can take a capture and export it and share it with other people online. But what this also means is that we can import other people's improvements that they have shared online as well. And if we just go up to SDK here, if we go to help, we can go on users shared capture types. Now that will open up a web browser that looks like this, and you can just download additional capture types that have got improved accuracy rates. And this is what really makes GSA Capture Breaker cool, because it's so easy to expand and add new solve types and improve its accuracy. So once you've downloaded one of these, to import them all you need to do is right click anywhere here, import from file, select the file, and this tells you that it will overwrite any existing ones already, so you can just click yes to all, and that's it. We've imported and updated 58 different capture types which now have improved success rates, and we're solving captures that previously would get sent to the service and costing us money, and so forth. So that's really what makes Capture Breaker extra powerful. On top of that, you can also come to the SDK and import all of the captures from their main competitor, Capture Sniper. And Capture Sniper is the software I used to use before Capture Breaker was released. Capture Sniper is very buggy, high CPU usage, always crashes, you always have to check in on it and babysit it. And the developer was not exactly a friendly character if you brought up problems in his software. So when Sven, who makes GSA Search Engine Ranker, released this, I was very excited, and you'll be glad to know it's very stable, very fast, doesn't use many resources at all. So you can get all of the benefits of the solving types of Capture Sniper by importing their files here, which is a bit sneaky, but a good move on the GSA team's part. So that's Capture Breaker. There's not really anything else to show you with it. Once you've got the options set up here, you're good to go. Next, all you need to do is integrate it with your favorite link building software, and I'm going to show you how to do that with GSA Search Engine Ranker. So you can see I have some projects running in GSA, and all you need to do to integrate Capture Breaker is come to Options, go to Capture, and I'll just do it from scratch here. You just click on Add GSA Capture Breaker and click on OK, and that's it. GSA will now start immediately sending captures over to Capture Breaker. It really is that simple. Options, Capture, add GSA Capture Breaker, and that's it. Once you've done that, you will see that captures start flooding into this bottom window in Capture Breaker, and you'll see your statistics of them all getting solved immediately. So that's GSA Capture Breaker. It saves me around $50 to $60 a day on capture costs across my different VPSs that I use it on. So it essentially pays for itself within the first few days of using it. If you're a heavy link builder like myself, it might take a couple of weeks if you don't build as many links as I do, but it's completely automated, it's fully hands-off. Once it's running, you don't have to worry about it. Captures get solved completely automatically, and you will find a lot more success in your link building campaigns.